Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, good morning. I'm Latifa Dinar from Transportation Management class Golf 2019. I will to tell about China country. The location of China. Location of China in the Southeast Asia along the coastline of the Pacific Ocean. China is the world's largest country after Russia and Canada, with an area of 9.6 million square kilometers and a coastline of 18,000 kilometers. China is bordered by 15 countries in Korea, Vietnam, Laos, Burma, India, Bhutan, Nepal, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and Russia. Marine side neighbor include 8 countries: North Korea, Korea, Japan, the Philippines, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Now I will to explain a little history of China. 1. Shang Dynasty. Chinese culture originated during the Shang Dynasty around the 14th century, which was centered in the fertile area of the Huanghe River Valley in northern China. Zhou Dynasty. In 1015 BC, this dynasty was under pressure by the Zhou Dynasty, which ruled China until 220 BC. Since this is the history of China began. At that time, feudal regulations were born, which stipulated that power was in the hands of the aristocrat and landlord, with the king of the center of power. Han Dynasty. In 208 BC, the Zhou Dynasty was overtaken by the Han Dynasty, which came to power but was finally crushed by a peasant revolt. Sui Dynasty. In 220 AD, China was split into 3 kingdoms, but was reunited by the Sui Dynasty in 508 AD. Tang Dynasty, Yan Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, and Manchu Dynasty. The prosperity of this country was achieved during the Tang Dynasty in 618 until 907 AD, but after that it split into small kingdoms. The country was reunited by the Yan Dynasty, which was later replaced by the Ming Dynasty, and eventually the Ming Dynasty was exploited by the Manchu Dynasty. Dr. Sun Yat-sen. In 1912, China became a republic under Dr. Sun Yat-sen as president. In 1940 until 1949, there was a civil war between communist group and nationalist group, which were won by the communists. As a result, the national government was dispatched to Taiwan, and all mainland China was controlled by the communists, which then stretched to the People's Republic of China. Next, I will to explain about the culture local of China. Cuisine is heavily influenced by geography and ethnic diversity. Among the main styles of Chinese cooking are Cantonese, which features stir-fried dishes, and fusion, which rely heavily on use of peanuts, sesame pasta, and ginger, and is known for its spices. Rice is not only a major food source in China. It is also a major element that helped grow their society. Example dumpling, Chinese noodle, steamed stuffed bun, glutinous rice ball, wonton, mooncake, zongzi, rice cake, spring rolls, and Chinese pancake. Next, I will to explain about belief in China. The Chinese Communist Party that rules the nation is officially atheist, though it is gradually becoming more tolerant of religion. According to the Council of Foreign Relations, currently there are only five official religions. Any religion other than Buddha, Tao, Islam, Catholic, and Protestant are illegal. Even though the Chinese constitution states that people are allowed freedom of religion, the gradual tolerance of religion has only started to progress in the past few decades. About a quarter of the people practice Tao and Confucianism and other traditional religion. There are also small numbers of Buddha, Muslim, and Christian. Although numerous Protestant and Catholic ministers have been active in the country since the early 19th century, they have made little progress in converting Chinese to this religion. The cremated remains of someone who may have been the Buddha were discovered in Xinjiang County, China, with more than 216 Buddhist statues in late 2017. Buddha was a spiritual teacher who lived between mid-6th and mid-4th centuries BC. His lesson founded Buddha. Cremated remains of the Buddha recovered in China's village. I will to explain the traditional clothes in China. Each country in the world has its own unique traditional clothes, from which people are able to distinguish one country from another. And so it has been with China. There is the Hanfu, Yongsan suit, Tang suit, and Cheongsam are the four most distinctive types of traditional Chinese clothes. Now I will to explain the popular place in China. There are several popular tourist attractions in China that are wonderful to visit while in China. For example, at Beijing, with a ancient and modern capital. At Xi'an, with windows of China ancient civilization. At Shanghai, with the largest, most prosperous city in China. At Guilin, with China top class landscape. At Hong Kong, with nowhere on earth. At Huangzhou, with next best place to heaven. At Chengdu, with hometown of the giant panda. At Huangshan, with magnificent beauty. At Lhasa, with gateway to transcendent Tibet. At Zhou, elegant city and water park. The Forbidden City and Great Wall. Next, I will to explain about China habit people. 1. No shoes in the house. Wooden floors are being widely used in most China's homes because they are used to be barefoot in the house, spending lots of time of sweeping the floor. Even guests are expected to remove their shoes and the host will prepare a pair of clean slippers, which is why you can see multiple spare pair of slippers in most China family. 2. No shower in the morning. I know lots of Western people think shower in the morning is a good way to make them feel more energy and kill the sleeping feeling. But China are used to having a shower at night, so they don't think there is necessity to have a shower again in the morning. 3. Practicing Tai Chi in the morning. Morning exercise has also been very popular for a long time in China. The younger generation might prefer to do some regular sport, but for the older generation, practicing China Kung Fu in the morning is considered one of the best ways to keep them healthy. And Tai Chi probably is the most common one. Chinese believe practicing Tai Chi not only can help you improve your body physically but also mentally, such as reducing stress, adjusting mood, getting better sleep. 4. Drink soybean milk in the morning instead of milk and coffee. Soybean milk is a common drink in China for a very long time. It is China's version of protein shake, which is very natural and tasty. Chinese love drinking it at breakfast in the morning, just like Western people drink milk every morning. Soybean milk is also very easily made at home with a milk machine. 5. 3 dishes and 1 soup. The most traditional home-cooked dinner consists of 3 dishes and 1 soup in China. Those 3 dishes are include meat types and 1 veggie type, not only because the quantity is proper, but also because it is, at least to Chinese, the most nutrient combination which will balance your basic nutrients need. I know the 3 dishes 1 soup model is also very common in Japan. Unlike Chinese, Japanese usually make it a personal portion, offering their dishes 1 soup combo to each one. 6. Chopsticks are never placed upright in the rice bowl. Chinese will lift chopstick upright in a bowl of rice to the dead, which is reminiscent of a ritual for paying respect to the dead person at his tomb. Therefore, it is strictly forbidden to lift chopstick upright in your rice bowl when you're dining with China. 7. Watching smartphone while eating. You will see China in restaurants who are sitting across the table from each other, and instead of chatting with each other, they are playing with their phone. It is a very bad habit, but many China are behaving this. Many Chinese just can't resist the lure of their device. Even during the dining, this is a part of the reason that many foreign think sometimes Chinese behave rudely on the table. 8. Eating fast food more often. Chinese don't cook at home very often if they were single or alone. For one thing, cooking Chinese food, unlike Western food, is a bit complex. It is requiring your cooking skill, buying various ingredients, and spending time on it. And it's hard to measure the quantity of personal portion. 9. Love late night snack. China is a country that never sleeps, even if it's 1:30 in the morning, you still can find nice quizzes on the street. Part of the reason is the lifestyle of the Chinese people. Chinese is one of the most diligent mankind in the world. Even at night, you always can see people are still working in the office. As the night getting late, the hardworking from office building generally transferred to the street as various food counters and restaurants start doing their business, bringing late night snacks to those late night workers. Enjoying a delicious late night meal is one of the most joyful things of Chinese. Next, I will to tell about a popular figure in China. 1. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong, also known as Chairman Mao, was the founding father of the People's Republic of China. Mao Zedong was the chairman of the Communist Party of China from 1949 to his death in 1976. There's no doubt that he is one of the most important individuals in history. His take on Marxist Leninist theories, military strategy, and political policy are now known as Maoism. 2. Jack Ma. One of the world's wealthiest people, Jack Ma gained his fortune by founding the well-used Taobao website, essentially the Amazon of China. Citizens can find and order almost anything right to their doorstep. He is both a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist, and is the first mainline Chinese person to appear on the cover of Forbes magazine. 3. Jackie Chan. He began acting in small child roles from the age of 5, and it wasn't until his role in Drunken Master that finally brought him into the mainstream limelight. From then on, there was an established demand for the comedy kung fu genre. After making several more comedy kung fu films, he finally began his international film career in 1980, where he was at first unsuccessful. But in 1998, he had his first Hollywood blockbuster with Rush Hour, and from there he was unstoppable. To date, he has appeared in over 150 films and his own estimate net worth of $350 million. 4. Is Yao Ming. The Chinese professional basketball player is one of the most renowned Chinese athletes. He has played for the Shanghai Sharks and Tech hosted Rocket and was chosen to start in the NBA All-Star Game 8 times and named All-NBA for 5 times. Much of me when a lot of mistake in my pronunciations. I apologize. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.